Jack, tell us about some PowerWash Simulator.
Yeah, Jack, you've been hosing down houses or some shit.
I have been hosing things. Yeah, so I talked about it a little bit last week. I kind of really only just started it, but I've been playing a lot of PowerWash Simulator and just like getting further and deeper into the game and unlocking more. You know, you get excited when you unlock a new type of nozzle. Like, there's something insanely I can't explain about it. You know, when there's a video game, you don't know you need a video game at a certain point in your life. I just think, like, I've had, like, the last couple of months of my life have been kind of stressful, and this game is absolutely perfect because I can play this and just completely clear my mind of all thoughts and just focus on eradicating the dirt, like Mr. Sparkle or something, and it is insanely fun to do. And like it gets more and more challenging as you go through it. Like, you unlock these different vehicles and locations, and there's different kinds of dirt, and then you can get all different kinds of cleaning liquids to clean the different kinds of dirt, and everything is just so simple and so nice. And you know, I love the fact that when you get to a point where you're like nearly completing a level, there's, you know, you can select the thing that you haven't cleaned yet, and it will flash and it will show you where it is, so you can go and like tick that off your list. It's just a very zen, very easy to play game. There's not really too much more I can say about it, but I've had a blast with it. I pretty much nearly hey, there you go. I've had a power blast with it. I'm pretty much nearly through it at this point. So yeah, I thorough recommend for anyone on Game Pass, I think, to just give this a go, because it sounds like the sort of thing that you think would be really boring until you start playing it and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I could watch this with power, and you just carry on and carry on and carry on, and then you realize you've been playing it for a couple of hours. That's the kind of game that it is. It's one of those games where you're playing it and you don't realize like how invested in playing it you are until you look at the time. Those are always the best kinds of games for me. But yeah, I'm not too sure how it will go down with you two guys, and whether you guys have any interest in playing it at all.
It seems like the best podcast game of all time.
Oh, it's so good. Honestly, it's funny you should say that. Like, I was looking at my podcast key the other day, and I only had like 2 or 3 unplayed episodes. But that's normally a trash fire. It's normally like 10 or 12. And I'm thinking to myself, right, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately, and it is purely from playing PowerWash Simulator. And you don't even really need to have the sound on, because realistically, all you hear is kind of the rushing of the water. And after a while, that's just going to make you want to go to pee for reasons. So I think you just pretty much happy to put on whatever audio, whether it's music or audiobook or something, and just play this game and just kind of melt into it while the dirt melts away. And by the way, the final power washer you unlock, the Prima Vista Pro, with the tri nozzle, is just the most satisfying thing to use. Like, you just turn it on for like a slight little bit, and the dirt just kind of melts. It just melts away the second this thing touches it, and it's awesome. And also the thing that I didn't mention last week that I love is the fact that there's an auto spray button. This game would suck like if you had to have your finger down on the trigger at all times to be power washing stuff, but the auto spray button in this game is such a genius feature, because it just allows you to kind of strafe and move around, and just explore the environment while your power washer is going and doing the job for you. So I think that's one of the massive ticks in the plus column for me. And yeah, this is it might seem sad to some people, but to me this is exactly the sort of game that I needed right now to just take my brain completely out of anything more serious and thoughtful.
You're saying game of the year?
Yeah,
oh yeah, game of the year. But I mean, this fucks Elden Ring right in the face. I'm not even. No, just kidding.
I have it on the Xbox ready to play. I just haven't really had the time this week. I've been really, really busy. And yeah, I have been assured by everybody who's played it that it's it's scratching that absolutely zen itch. I'm really excited for it. I had to laugh that I got a text from former co-host of the show, Brian, during the week, where he was talking about being bet into PowerWash Simulator, and I asked, is it the zen experience I've been hearing? And he said, played it till my trigger finger started to ache and I got shooting pains in my neck and shoulder. And I was like, it's very Brian to have found a way to make the chill game physically stressful to the body.
Also, the trigger finger thing sounds like he hasn't found the auto spray button.
He followed up with a text the following day. I've just discovered you can get this hose, set the hose to continuous output, so you don't have to hold down the trigger at all.
Oh, Brian, you wonderful idiot.
Yeah. I'll definitely be playing this.
Yep. Like I say, fucks Elden Ring right in its face.